Russia is supporting the dictator, where Russia is supporting the dictator Ibrahim Traore.
African youth, stand up for our young captain. The vultures are coming for him. The hyenas are coming for him. They have started their games. They are calling him a dictator. That is what they have been doing. Anytime an African leader is standing for his people, they will call him dictator. They will give him all manner of names, and they will eventually come and take him out. Now that they have started calling him a dictator, we, the children of Africa, must do everything we can to protect this young, charismatic leader. Because if we don't, we will live to regret it, just as we are regretting what happened to Thomas Sankara, just as we are regretting what happened to Kwame Nkrumah, just as we are regretting to what happened to Gaddafi, to Magufuli. If we don't stand for this young captain, as they start, these vultures, these hyenas have started calling him a dictator. If we don't stand for him, we will live to regret it. I want to show you some videos for you to see as to why we should stand for this captain, what he's doing in his country, what he is doing in his country, while these vultures, these hyenas, these people who doesn't want anything good for Africa is calling him a dictator. We should not allow them, or we should not allow them to dictate to us. They are really the dictators. Really, they are the dictators. So why are they calling our leaders, any leader who is standing for his people in Africa, they're calling him a dictator? Anyway, I thank you very much for coming around. I am your missionary brother. We are on a mission, and our mission is all about the unification of the African continent. Our mission is all about bringing back the dignity of the African race. And we believe without unity, we can never gain back our dignity as children of Africa. If we want to have dignity as children of Africa, then we must do everything we can to see a united Africa. United we stand, divided we will fall. So please, thank you very much for coming around. Let's watch the videos, about 1 or 2 videos, what Captain Traore is doing in his country while these criminals are calling him a dictator. You will be shocked. Let's watch it.
What you have seen this morning is a revolution. The machines were entirely designed here. And I can say, without being mistaken, that Burkina Faso is the second country in Africa to develop this technology. It's a technology that isn't being imported, it's being developed. So it's not machines paid elsewhere to be assembled here. It's designed here, and everything is done here. Burkina Faso, governed by a military regime, just opened its first mining waste processing facility in one of Africa's foremost gold-producing states. The opening ceremony took place in the Kosodo industrial area, located to the east of the capital city Ouagadougou, and was graced by Captain Ibrahim Traore, the interim military leader. Since taking power in a coup in September 2022, Traore has been focused on ensuring that Burkina Faso takes charge of its own resources. His regime has been working hard to establish a factory that will allow the country to process its own mining waste. In fact, Traore has extended an invitation to other African nations to bring their mining waste to Burkina Faso, as the country possesses the necessary technology for processing. The factory, which has been developed by local experts, aims to extract metals from the residue of the country's gold mines. This move is significant as it allows Burkina Faso to process the waste on site and have complete control over it. The factory will not only provide much-needed jobs, but will also ensure that the country maximizes the value of its gold resources. In November of last year, the government led by the junta embarked on the construction of Burkina Faso's first gold refinery. This is a significant development as gold is the country's primary mineral resource. The refinery will have the capacity to produce around 400 kilograms of gold per day, which is a substantial amount. During the announcement of the refinery, Traore emphasized the importance of refining the country's leading export domestically rather than abroad. This move will ensure that Burkina Faso retains more of the value from its gold resources and will also help to create a more diversified economy. Overall, Traore's regime is focused on ensuring that Burkina Faso takes charge of its own resources. By establishing a factory to process mining waste and a gold refinery, the country is well on its way to achieving this goal. These developments will not only create jobs, but will also help to ensure that Burkina Faso maximizes the value of its natural resources. What are your thoughts about this move by Captain Ibrahim Traoré?
Bonjour, et à voir ce que vous êtes en train de faire ici. Parce que l'initiative, nous l'avons lancée avec le ministre de l'Enseignement supérieur. Vous êtes les pionniers de cette initiative-là. Et dernièrement, donc, je l'ai demandé votre liste complète. Et j'ai pu voir les localités dans lesquelles vous souhaitez donc vous installer pour la suite de votre programme et les spéculations sur lesquelles vous avez été formé. Donc le MATDS va contacter les PDS de vos différentes zones souhaitées là. J'ai vu que tout est autour de 2-3 hectares souhaités. Alors on va vous accompagner forcément avec des forages pour que vous puissiez faire à temps plein et vous accompagner avec le premier kit, les engrais, les semences et tout ce qu'il faut. Mais nous souhaitons aussi que vous soyez très bientôt les instructeurs. Ce que vous avez appris, forcément des gens vont venir travailler avec vous pour apprendre et que nous puissions faire élargir donc la base de cette jeunesse agro-businessman. Donc félicitations à vous. Ça a été beaucoup de courage que d'accepter laisser les bancs et puis venir apprendre quelque chose de pratique pour pouvoir vous implanter dedans. Beaucoup de gens ne peuvent pas comprendre, mais c'est sûr qu'étant ici, vous avez appris l'histoire de beaucoup d'autres personnes qui ont quitté et qui sont venus se faire leur vie ici, qui n'ont rien à envier avec quelqu'un qui travaille forcément dans l'administration ou voilà, dans un bureau, parce que vous pouvez vous faire bien dans l'agriculture. Le Burkina, c'est un pays presque vierge, hein. On n'a rien fait d'abord, tout est à faire et nous comptons beaucoup sur vous. Vous êtes des pionniers, j'espère que vous comprenez le sens profond de pionnier. Vous devez faire perpétuer ce modèle-là. Vous devez amener les autres jeunes à s'intéresser à la terre, à produire et à transformer. C'est en ça notre salut. Tant que nous n'aurons pas cette indépendance alimentaire-là, on ne peut même pas parler d'indépendance. C'est lui qui tend la main. C'est ça, la main qui est toujours tendue, elle est toujours en bas. Si nous passons notre temps à demander à manger ou à aller payer chez les autres, ils peuvent faire ce qu'ils veulent quand ils veulent. Et je crois que vous comprenez très bien. Aujourd'hui, vous, étudiants, vous avez décidé de venir apprendre quelque chose de pratique. Nous allons vous accompagner. Et nous allons faire de vous des modèles pour que vous puissiez être une vitrine qui va attirer les autres à s'investir dedans. Donc j'espère que d'ici que ce champ-là sera à un bon niveau et qu'on aura acquis les terres dans les différentes régions souhaitées. Lorsque vous allez donc vous installer, que vous puissiez être à temps plein avec l'eau, les intrants et tout ce qui va avec. Et surtout transmettre la connaissance à d'autres jeunes qui viendront vers vous pour que ça puisse s'élargir et qu'on puisse vraiment s'épanouir. Donc gardez courage et c'est surtout les félicitations. Vous avez risqué et je pense que ça doit se payer. C'est l'objet de notre visite pour vous témoigner donc voilà, toute notre satisfaction et vous dire en tout cas beaucoup de courage, merci et bonne chance dans l'apprentissage et très bientôt la vie active pour vous en toute liberté. Et je disais aux femmes donc c'est demain même le 8 mars, donc ça tombe bien. Donc vous devez envoyer des messages forts aux jeunes filles, hein? N'est-ce pas? Voilà, surtout elle avec son enfant dans son champ. Voilà, c'est un message très fort que vous envoyez comme ça aux jeunes filles. C'est une impulsion positive. L'émancipation de la femme, c'est aussi ça. Pour être indépendante financièrement, indépendante économiquement et pouvoir vraiment vivre sa vie en tant que femme respectée et respectable. En tout cas, félicitations à vous et beaucoup de courage. On voit le petit. C'est la petite. C'est le seul bébé d'ici. Non, non. Il dort. Il y en a deux. Toi, tu ne travailles pas. Je travaille. Ah, mais elle doit arracher, c'est que toi tu plantes. N'est-ce pas? Toi tu plantes et elle arrache. Elle arrose. Waouh, félicitations. C'est bien ça. Allez, merci bien. Voilà.
Yes, so that is Captain. Imagine what he's doing in his country. if this is what they are calling dictator, then we pray to God. We pray to the gods of Africa to give us more dictators like Captain Traore. We pray to the gods of Africa to give us more dictators like this man. Because if this is what the Western world is calling dictatorship, and if what they call democracy, whilst we all know in the name of democracy what Libya is going through today, then we don't need that democracy. You went into Libya and bombed democracy on them. You claim Gaddafi was a dictator. The living standard of Libya was far, far better than most of the European countries. But you went in, called him a dictator, and bombed democracy into Libya. And today we all see what Libya is going through. Is that what you want? We will not take that narrative from you people anymore. We will not sit down and allow you to define everything for us. Those days are long gone. Today, whatever we want or we think is good for us as children of Africa is how we're going to define it for ourselves. So if you think the definition of dictatorship is negative, then to us, in our own definition, it is good for us. And tell me, is there any country on this planet that is not being ruled or governed by dictatorship? Let me show you a short clip by the Prime Minister of Britain. What he's saying, how they are going to come out with new laws so that people will not have the opportunity to even demonstrate anymore in Britain. And these people will leave their country and come and be preaching democracy to you and calling your leaders who are standing for you dictators. There is not a single country on this planet Earth that is not being governed by dictatorship.
Legitimacy by their actions,
so see,
senior police officers, and made clear it is the public's expectation that they will not merely manage these protests, but police them. And I say this to the police.
But
we will back you when you take action.
To your country and call you a dictator.
To that end,
and then want you
this
to
month the government will implement a new, robust framework for how it deals with this issue, to ensure that we are dealing with the root causes.
NATO and their allies, America, Britain, France, they sit down and they want to dictate who should lead you in your own country. Is that not dictatorship? In your countries, the so-called Western world who believe in this thing called democracy, in your countries, there's no democracy. In America, America is dictatorship because you dictate every single thing that your people will do. Your citizens cannot even have children without you dictating for them how many children they should have. And yet, you're going to come to Africa and call a charismatic leader like Traore a dictator. And as I said, if what Captain is doing in his country, if that is what they call dictatorship, then we want it. We want more dictators like that. God give us more dictators like Captain Traore. A leader, look at how he wake up early in the morning on the Mother's Day. Early in the morning, 4 o'clock, he was with his people. Going to farms. Everywhere, marketplace, he is with his people. Unlike the so-called democratic leaders that you people will force on us after we vote them into power, they will now go around valiganting all over the world, traveling all over the world. Using taxpayers' money to rent private jets, traveling all over the world, bringing back the money. The money that they will be using to develop their countries. They will bring it back to you, renting your private jet. Traveling all over the world for nothing. This man is not going anywhere. He's staying with his people because he knows what the people want. And then call him a dictator. Anytime an African leader wants to stand for his people, we call him a dictator. No, not this time around. We will not allow you to label him. Even if you call him a dictator, we want it. We want that kind of dictatorship. If Africa had had people like him, or like Gaddafi, whom you call a dictator and bomb democracy on his people, if Africa had had many but it went in, and then you think we're going to sit down and allow you to come in for this young person? No, I'm calling on all Africans, please voice out, stand up, stand with Captain Traore, spiritually, physically, mentally. Stand with him, because Africa needs leaders like him. We need dictators like him. After all, your democracy never give us food. Your democracy never give us good water to drink. Your democracy never give us anything but dehumanizing us. That is all that your democracy has given to us. So if a captain or if a leader has come and then in the name of dictatorship, he's uplifting his people, then we need more dictators like him. We need more dictators like him across Africa, so that through dictatorship we will be able to rise as people and have our dignity, because all the reason why we are here in One African Mission is to gain back our dignity as children of Africa. So if dictatorship will give us back our dignity, then we need that. Because your democracy, we have tested your democracy, and your democracy hasn't given us anything. So we're not gonna allow you hyenas, you vultures, to come in for the best that we have. I thank you very much for coming around. I am your missionary brother Dobia Anzanse. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. We intend to take our mission to the doorsteps of the African, just as Captain Traore is doing. Please support us. Let us all together bring back our dignity as children of Africa. I thank you very much for coming around.